Good evening and welcome to the Royal Opera House. I'm Kristen McNally, a principal character artist here with the Royal Ballet. Now tonight we're going on a journey to a world of mouse kings and sugar plum fairies. Yes, that's right, I'm talking about Sir Peter Wright's magical production of the Nutcracker. Set to Tchaikovsky's magnificent score, it's a real festive treat. Now you can see the Nutcracker here on stage over the coming weeks, but you can also see it at a cinema near you on the 3rd of December. So go on the Royal Opera House website and you can find out more information. As always, we'd love to hear from you tonight, so do send in your thoughts using the comments section on YouTube, and I can read some of those out a little bit later on. Now we've got a jam-packed evening of rehearsals, so without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to rehearsal director Christopher Carr and dancers Isabella Gasparini, David Judes and Gary Avis.
Here they are. Gary Avis, Christopher Carr. Welcome. So we're going to do various sections of the ballet. It's going to be quite complicated. I myself am going to play several roles, which I'm not used to doing. I'm going to do my very best. So we're going to start with a transformation scene, which happens, obviously there's no tree growing, there's no house coming on, there's no fort, there's no wheelchair. I shall try to tell you what's going on as it happens. We will do our best, yes. Also, the main thing is that we have to get these people rehearsed. Isabel has done it before. David Judes has never done the role before as Hans Peter. But they're not a match. They're not a pair because his partner has been injured. So this morning they were put together. So it's a difficult pas de deux. The pas de deux was actually created in Birmingham for Erek Mokamedov, and he's slightly smaller than Erek Mokamedov. But anyway, that's what we're doing. So we're going to start with the transformation scene. So it starts actually where she's just had a bit of a nightmare with the dolls. The dolls have been sent off by Drosselmeyer. Drosselmeyer is centre back at this moment, and he's going to walk forward. So you do need the Nutcracker, which we thought we had. So we thought we didn't need it, but we do. So there we go. So you've just been given the Nutcracker, and you're here with it. Yeah, the dolls have gone. And what else do I need to say? Anything before we get going? I think that's it. Okay, so I will try to tell you what's happening as we go along. Okay. Right, so we just need the dolls going and Drosselmeyer appearing at the back.
You're going to do the da-da-da-boom.
The what?
The shooing them away. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Here we go. And... This is the room going. This is lifting the room. This is the tree growing. This is the house. Fort. Wheelchair. Okay. Right. Thank you. It was rather good. The only thing I would say that when you do the bourrée, you could have done more here and you could push this way more with your arm. It was a bit like sylphide or something. So it needs to be over the room going this way. Yeah, and then you have the most fabulous partner here. So when you do the soutenu here, so Gary Avis is going to lift you right across the centre. Here we go, soutenu right across the centre. It's a big jeté, and you're going to land in arabesque. This is better than doing a scissor ending. Yes? Okay. And that was rather nice. Just when you do the last spin with Gary, you could actually let your head go slightly back. So you're in ecstasy now. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So I hope you understood sort of things that were happening which weren't actually happening. But there you go. Right. So we're now going to move on to Act 2. And we're going to do the mime when they arrive in the Kingdom of the Sweets. And he tells the Sugar Plum Fairy actually what's been happening to him with the mime. So he actually tells the whole story of the ballet. So we're going to try and do it without the music, just for the minute. Mm-hmm. So, just to explain to everybody. So she says, you hear why. Then you go, wait. Then we go over. Da-da, one, dee-da, tuddle yum. And dee-da-da-da, dee-da. And she and I. From over, you could go a little further. Okay. From over there, this over there is better with the palms up, because it looks as if you're saying go away. From over there, came, but I, and da-ga-da-dum, two. So make it really strong and make it a handle, yeah? And a 1, 2, 3, 4, and I. Just make the I slightly bigger. Just come out to go in. And I, asleep. Listen, wait, done, drya. There, mouse, fence, and 2 and 3. Go away. Yeah, try not to do even feet. You're doing, you look like something out of Martha Graham. You're doing ta. So it doesn't matter about the feet. It's just go away. It's just go away. So you've done fence. 1 and 2 and 3. Push and push. More feet now. Push, push. But I call the guard. So you now should be on the quarter. Yeah. Guard. And 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, 8. There. Grew. 3, 4. Mouse. King. Wait. Go away. And a 1, 2. Yeah, try and make this absolutely flat. Yeah? And also, you don't do this very well either. So you should look as if you're tripping. So you push him away, and you look as if you're tripping over. So it's the first arm that does it. It's the first arm. Better. 4, and help, down. But she took off the shoe. Now, when you take the shoe off, which you don't take the shoe off, but when you pretend to take the shoe off, you must stop. Else they can't see what you're doing. Stop and kill. And I was saved. And yeah, try not to do Russian. Yeah? And grand jeté and soutenu. Now you've got to get downstage. Really downstage. You want to be here. So you can make it slightly flatter when you go to the corner, because it's very deep, the stage will lose you. Yeah? 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Hello, what's this? And 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Soutenu, da-da, low arm, high arm, centre now. 5 and 6 and 7. You can turn your wrists slightly more. So bring them slightly across you. 7, 8, da-dee-da-yum. Ba 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 dee da yum, ba 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 bum bria. Okay, you're doing something else. Where's all this come from? All right. Can you hear why? You there, Kate? Yeah. And. Strong. Down, 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 down. Listen. Now just push him away, push him away, away, push him away. But. And. Da da da. Push. Over it. Down. Up. Not too high. And. Leg out. 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 Center. Getting bigger. Up. 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 Good. When you do these things going through, your leg is not quite going behind you, it's going slightly out to the side. Why is that? So get the leg out when you're on there. Just show me. 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Dagger out. Quicker. Out. Yes, show it. Yep. All right. Yep. Then the very end, try to get the arms and the knee together when you finish. Double to a wah. So everything arrives together. You're slightly doing that, and then this is arriving slightly after. Just mark it with the music. Just play going round. Da-ga, die, 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 die. Just pick it up from the padishahs coming forward. And. Here we go. And. Up. 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 Prepare. Down. Okay, so I think we're now going to move on to the tricks. Yes? Right, so we're in the party scene, we're in the first act. Drosselmeyer, who's arrived with the doll, then gives the doll to Clara, which we're not going to do, and then he does various tricks. And the first is the clock, which we don't have a clock. The next thing is the box, which is brought in by the assistant, which I shall attempt to do myself. The next thing is that Fritz, who is her brother, flies, which I shall attempt to do myself as well. And although I'm not flying tonight. And I think that's the end of me, isn't it, Gary? Isn't that all I'm doing? Hopefully.
Yes.
Right.
They're saying they want something else and not the tricks.
Pardon?
I think we're wanting something else, but not the tricks at the moment.
Why not?
I don't know.
Oh, I see. So what are we going to do instead?
Do you want to do the pas de deux?
Now.
Yes. Yeah.
We can do tricks now. Why don't we do tricks now? We can carry
Let's
on.
do
Yeah,
tricks.
do tricks.
Right, okay.
All right, the tricks. Okay. So we need him coming down on the back there. Are you set up, Gary?
Nearly.
Have you got all your tricks?
Nearly. Yep.
The problem with this is, with you being so close, you'll know how all the tricks are done. So don't tell anybody else, for God's sake. Yeah? Are you good to go?
Yes.
Yes?
2 assistants. Okay.
Right, just to lead in. Bum. This is clock.
Now, Gary, don't go away because I'm going to talk to you in a second. But Christopher, can I just chat to you for a little moment about that rehearsal?
How confused are you all, by the way, with all that? I'm confused, so I don't
But
know
there's
about
so
you.
much imagination that we have to use in the studio because this is
Absolutely,
the studio
yes.
setting with no props.
No, we don't have the
nothing.
tree.
Yeah.
We do have the boxes for the dolls, and we don't have the fort or the house. We do have a wheelchair, I have to say. We do have that. But anyway.
Yeah, it's visualising all of this.
Yeah.
Now, Christopher, there are probably about 6 casts, maybe, of Clara and the Nutcracker, and you give the same attention to detail and vigour and attention to every single one of them. What kind of drives you or what excites you about rehearsing this ballet?
Because I only do masterpieces. That is all I do in my repertoire. If anything is not a masterpiece, I don't touch it. And, you know, I feel that if I don't deliver what somebody wants or what somebody has created, then I'm failing them, I'm failing the dancers, and I'm failing the audience. and which is unfair. So it's actually a big responsibility. And I do know for a fact, as being a dancer for many years, that if you're not taught absolutely perfectly of when you coupe, when you step, that's why I count like a lunatic, because if they're not absolutely together with the music and they know exactly what they're doing, with all that happens with the lights on the stage and the tempo can be slightly too fast or too slow. There's lots of other things can go. You can get caught on the costume. There's lots of other things that can happen to you as you go along. If the choreography is not absolutely in your head, in your brain and in your body, there's no way it's going to happen. And the clarity will go, especially if you're doing like 19 shows of Nutcracker. If you're doing 19 performances as a snowflake, it's actually pretty tough. Sometimes there's a double show, you know, and maybe a double the next day or whatever, and it's actually hard, and it has to be. Most audiences just come once. They are seeing that only once. That is their viewing of the ballet, and if it's rubbish, that's what they're seeing, and it can't be rubbish. It doesn't. This is supposed to be the best. It is the best, and it has to be the best.
And I mean, it's so lovely to hear. And Nutcracker is a mammoth production. I mean, how many different parts would you say are involved that you have to teach?
I teach most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
So many different roles.
And it's a very complicated cast sheet. I mean, in the second act, there's a Spanish, there's Arabian, there's the valse des fleurs, there's a Chinese dance, and most people do at least 3 diverts. So if somebody goes off or injured or ill, it does this to the whole cast sheet. And if Clara is in the quarter ballet and she comes out and she becomes, the whole thing does this. I mean, there are like 3 or 4 casts for most things in the diverts. I think there's 5 Claras and 5 nephews. So, and God knows how many Sugar Plums and Princes there are. A lot of those. So it is incredibly complicated, the whole thing. Even the snowflakes can change, and to change places in the snowflakes is not easy. Yeah, none of it is easy, but of course you're only viewing it once, and we're striving for perfection. Mm-hmm. I only do perfect. Yeah. That is my saying.
Well, thank you, Kristen. We're going to see you a little bit more later on in another rehearsal, but for now, Christopher Carr, thank you.
Thank you.
Over the last few months, 9,000 children from over 175 schools up and down the country have been taking part in the Royal Opera House's learning and participation programme called Create and Dance. And some of them have been doing a creative response to the Nutcracker, and they're rehearsing for their final performance right now. So let's take a look and find out more.
Unique access to the dancers, choreographers and dance artists of the Royal Ballet means that you learn about the tools they use every day in their work. Tools that are just as relevant in the classroom as on the Royal Opera House stage. With inset days for teachers, detailed weekly lesson plans and short films illustrating the work clearly and concisely for students, the task of making dance is demystified and made accessible to all.
I liked when they linked arms and then they went to spell their names. I really liked it when they done their counterbalance together.
Create and dance programs consist of building blocks, which take you through the basics of dance step by step, and then on into well-known repertoire pieces such as the Nutcracker and Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. All you need are students and a space. Create and Dance can show you where to go from there.
I've never done a project like this before. Children grew in confidence. They could be individuals as well as work as a team.
I like seeing boys doing ballet so it shows that everybody can do ballet.
I don't even like it, I love it.
We'll show you how the processes that go into making some of the best dance performances in the world are available to you in your classroom every day.
Create and Dance is available for primary schools across England, and it gives Key Stage 1 and 2 children the opportunity not only to learn about dance, but to also develop their creativity and understanding to use in other subjects like music, maths and English. And if you're a teacher or a parent and you want to find out more, then do check out the information on the Royal Opera House website. Now I'm going to welcome back Gary Avis for a little chat. Gary, now, you've been involved a little bit in this Create and Dance programme. Why do you feel it's so important to offer this to children?
Well, I feel extremely privileged and very honoured to be part of it. I'm an ambassador for Create and Dance, and it's a creative learning programme for schools that's aligned with the national curriculum. And it helps children and teachers to not only learn dance, but to also kind of progress and get inspired by dance, music, even stage design. And the one that I've just been recently involved in is the Alice in Wonderland Create and Dance programme. So I was taken on board to do various motifs that the Duchess produces and does throughout the ballet. So then that goes into schools, and the schools watch films and have various bits and pieces of content that they get to watch and get involved with. And for them, it's a great way of kind of learning great skills in communication, resilience. It gets them over that whole thing of moving in front of each other and kind of expressing themselves.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great tool for not only children, but also for teachers as well.
Yeah, absolutely, because there's so much in dance that you can respond to in productions
absolutely.
in so many different ways.
And I think, you know, it's like that age-old thing, I'm sure you and I, if you hear a piece of music, you kind of want to move to it. And this gives them, the children and even the teachers, as I say, a chance to actually express themselves, and with the theme and with the story. So for them to sort of learnt and gone through the whole story of Alice's adventures in Wonderland is brilliant. So they've learnt all various characters.
Exactly,
So
it's brilliant. And now they're preparing for a performance right now. Have you got any tips that you can pass on?
I think that ultimately I would say to them that they really need to focus on what their aim is and what their ultimate goal is. So if they're creating a character, what does the character actually stand for? What do they wear? What's their sort of personality? And then slowly work their way back and kind of sort of layer on top their feelings, their emotions, the movement on top of it. So it's not just a case of just going, okay, so you're going to be the Mad Hatter or the Duchess, and just looking at a picture and thinking, okay, so that's how they move. This is a way of being able to kind of really enhance and get really deep down into finding out what that character is and what it means.
Yeah,
So
it's really an amazing programme.
And I think that's how we work within the company with our roles. I think, you know, we have these amazing people that we follow on from and that we are guardians to their amazing roles. And I think that we obviously want to put our stamp on them, but I think you have to be really respectful and true to what the choreography is. And I think that we have a chance to learn what the character is, but then be able to kind of like put our own take on it. So it's really nice, and I think it's great that kids are learning it from an early age.
Brilliant. Thank you for
No,
chatting to us, Gary.
Thank you very
now,
much.
Gary, I don't think you're in this next rehearsal, but we are going to go back onto another rehearsal, and I'm going to reintroduce Christopher Carr, and we've got Isabella, David again, and we've also got Thomas Mock. So take it away. Thank you, Gary. Sorry, Christopher, can I just come in? Because I always forget, and I feel terrible, but we have the wonderful Kate Shipway on the piano. Thank you.
Bravo! So now we're going to do the battle scene when the nephew, yes, Nutcracker, wakes up out of the house here. So you need to go over to the house. The Mouse King, yes, who's going to come up, which takes a lot of organisation, believe you me, for the trap to open, for him to come up out and close the trap without losing 10 mice down the hole. It's a nightmare. She is sat in a big wheelchair, and she actually goes across here, and he, just the battle. Just one thing I did notice before we do it today, when we did it earlier today, rather. So all of this beginning was good. This was, you can be slightly more wooden when you're doing the walking at the beginning. Don't forget you are wooden at that point. This was fine. Odd three's fine. When you look round, you tend to go, you look as if you're dancing when you shouldn't. When you've done this, when you hear the mice behind you, you tend to go like that, and it needs to be a little bit more natural that you look and then turn. So look before you turn. Yeah, this was fine. The mouse on the back is fine. This was good. After the cannon has gone, you need to do a little bit more of picking the soldiers up. You know, when they've fallen down. When you've done this, the cannon fires and the soldiers. You need. I know you haven't got much time, but you actually need to at least bend a little more to help, look as if you're helping to pick them up. Because at the moment you're just doing that and that. It doesn't really mean anything. Don't go too far back on this, because the main thing is that you have to go forward to shove the flag into the wing. So try and slide it along the floor without grabbing anybody's ankles there. So don't go too far back to make sure that you get here to do that, to go up for the second soldiers coming out. Then, as we said earlier on today, that you need to come downstage doing this. This was fine. You're all right with him, are you? It seemed okay today, I thought. Then the other thing that you need to do, once again, it's the same step, that when you've gone over him, you've done this and this and this, you've done that, you've gone across the front of him here. Yeah, now try and make this flat. So you're pushing him away, and then try and get round the corner and do the trip here before he comes back for the strangulation here and all of that. And then the hit, yeah. Right, so shall we try? Okay. So you're going to give us from the Century, who's not here. And we did 3.5 hours this morning, so we're all pretty dead beat, of doing Act 1 twice with 2 casts of White Lodgers. There has to be 2 casts. Because some live out of London and some are close to London and they can't do 2 shows and all of that, and it all has to kind of fit, and so it's rather complicated, the whole thing. But we managed to get through it twice today, which was quite good. Then we did Act 2 this afternoon, so we're all pretty whacked. But anyway, we're still going, which is the main thing. Right, so you're in the bed, ready to get out the bed, and here we go, into the battle. Shot! Now wooden and two, three, 1. Seven, 8, 1, 2. Mouse. Two. 9, 1. Help them up. 5. And 4. Chair. 5, 6. 1, 2. 1. All right. Very good. You can be a little bit more away from him when you're doing this releve step towards him. Yes, so like push him away the whole time. I thought it was very good. It was very nice. When he's on your shoulder, you can just get him a little bit round to this, more to this angle when you put him down, because his leg is a little bit on this way, so he needs to be a little bit more to the corner. Okay, but it was very nice, very good. So then after that it goes straight into the pas de deux, which is, as you can imagine, is quite a killer. With a mask and everything on, and so we'll just walk through the pas de deux again, which they did earlier on today. So you're on the floor here. That was fine. I just thought this morning that when you've done all of this and this picking up and all of this, you could have just walked a little bit more this way, because then it gets you a better angle to run down. Yeah, to the corner. Right, then you get up. That was all right. You could have done a second longer with hand and hand, yeah, and then face. Yeah, it needs a little longer for them to see what you're doing. Yeah, then don't be frightened to come out front looking for her, and to actually look at the front. Don't be frightened to do that. You need to look slightly longer. Then you've started turning right again. Why are you doing that? You should turn to the left. Right, okay, this was okay. The bow, yeah. Then, the arms are good. Make sure your leg's behind you. You still don't really do heart. Don't be frightened to touch your heart. So you're giving your heart to her. Yeah. Then when you do this rond de jambe, which is now better, but you need to do whoosh, so it comes out fast and it slows down as it goes round to the back, because we don't want to get bored if it just does. Yeah, so we need whoosh. Yeah. Then on this is you. So you're now not wooden anymore. So we need this and we need that. So use your body and your arms. Yeah. Then that again, my heart. So you can look here to you, same rond. Whoosh. Arabesque. Yeah, here and down. Okay, then coming in, you could have done, the arabesque was nice, but you need to do more of a little semicircle when you bourre here to come back on yourself. It needs to be like that. It needs to be like that, whatever that is. Use your back foot. Use your back foot to push you. Same the other side. This way to him. Stretch your fingers to him. Yeah, and the same thing. This position here. No, you need to come that and that. And then come back. Turn on yourself. Now we need this. Yeah, and then really pull it. Coming up, use your back foot. Yeah, put your arms over your face. Yeah, we need that. Yeah, it'd be nicer if your hip was down. No, I mean that way. And switch. Right. Why can't I get that? And 3. Yes, so I see both of you. So you're in that corner, you see you switched. 5 and 6. Now here, because it's so deep, the spotlight man will never get you up there. You can't go too high up. You need to be here. So you've got this diagonal. 6 and 7, 8 and a 9, 10 and 11, 12. Now, once again, don't go too steep. Yeah, don't go here. They'll lose you. Yeah, use your nose and your hips. Yeah, sharp arabesque. Yeah, okay, into this. Right, then coming in. Right. Okay. Didn't know we were doing Indian.
No, we were not.
Not Indian. Yes. Okay. This was nice. Yeah. All of that going round. That. Nobody likes this position. This leg does not need to be high. This is what we need, is this twist. Then use your left arm to get yourself into the pirouette. Left arm. Yep. Down and up and round. Yep. And chassé pas de bourrée into the diagonal here. Yep. Right into there. Okay. Then across the front. So you've got to come down stage. So she can switch this way. And yeah. So Isabella, I need you to like out this absolutely flat. That way. So you've switched and you're flat. And a 1, 2, and down, up. Right, the down, up is not happening. It didn't happen this morning. You need to do down, up. Yeah? So you need to plie. Just show me the down, up. You take her off balance and put her back on. Down, up. Pirouette. Yeah, Isabella, you're like this for the pirouette. Why's that? Huh? Down, up, go. 5, 6. Come down, David, come down. You're too late coming down for the second. Do you see what I mean? You've got to come down so she can cross, else she's going to go up to this corner. Yeah, just mark it again. This is really hard. And 1, 2, and down, up, go. 5, 6, and a 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, a 6, and 1, and. We're trying to do, which is really hard, 1 and, 1 and. So you've got to get up stage of her, as you can't do the arms. Yeah? Then you've got to really take her hand and waist to get her up to the top. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, step 6, a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4. So all you need to do on the glissade, don't jump the glissade, you literally need to do that. Yeah? Small, don't travel it, because he wants to get underneath you to do the lift. Then up and down. Right, we've done that. Right, then going round. And step out. 2, 3, and 4, 5. All right, this would be nicer on the jeté. Nose, fingers, back arm. You're going slice, slice, clean lines. And 1, 2, 3, and out, out. And 1, 2, 3, and out, out. Okay, you're a little bit like this on the chenille. Why's that? And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and. What's happened to the ands? 4 and 5 and. They're all equal value. Don't do what the others do. You're better. Show me. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Soutenu 1. Now, we both got a soutenu on the 1, which didn't happen this morning either. 4, and 5, and 6. Soutenu 1. So the arms have got to be up by 1. Don't come in too soon. 1, 2. You didn't plie. You didn't plie at all. Why was that? Soutenu 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a 1. Okay, good. And go. Quickly. Move. All right, okay. So once you've done the catch on the center, you need to do more mileage than you're doing, because it looks like a mistake. You need to do more mileage on a half a circle. You need to do more mileage. You need to spin like a lunatic, and then it gets quiet as you walk forward. Okay, so it needs to keep that energy going. Right, so are we up for it? Don't forget, when you've done the down, up, when you do the pirouette, don't forget to use this left side. You know where I am across the front? The left side. So it really helps it. Don't forget to get downstage. Right, are we ready for it? Yes, so keep going whatever happens. Yeah. So, just the end of the battle. And... All right, I'm going to stop you. I'm going to stop you before you start, because we can do better. Yeah. So after you've done this and you saw him, I didn't see you go, I've got to go to him. And then we used to do shake, and then we used to do, and pick him up. Yeah, before you go out. Yeah, high drama. Here we go. And... see him. Oh my God! I've got to go to him. Caress. Oh dear. Out front, look, 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 look. See her. And 2. And 2. Heart to you. Now quickly, speed. Bend. 6, 1. 4, 5, 6, 1. Reach to him. Bend. Pull it. Back foot. Pull it. And 1, 2, go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 9, 10, 11, 1, and a 5. Hands, 1.
to the dancers, but thank you, Christopher. And
Yes.
we've had a lovely comment in from Amanda Berinilla saying this ballet master is amazing. So
That's
isn't that
very
nice?
Yeah.
So thank you very much. And thank you to Kate. Thank you.
I'd just like to say very quickly that in August I taught The Dream to Canadian National Ballet, and tonight it goes on. So they are performing it probably in a few hours' time. So good luck to Canadian National Ballet with The Dream.
Good. Thank you. So, David, what does it feel like preparing for your debut in this role?
Yeah, I mean, I have to say it's amazing. I joined this company when I was 17. I'm 22 now. And I think I've done the Nutcracker production for like 3-4 times already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I always looked forward to maybe one day we'll be able to do this role. It's really amazing, really.
Wow, well, I mean...
Can't wait to be on stage.
Yeah, the rehearsals are looking so great. And Isabella, Clara is on stage for most of this ballet. So how do you prepare stamina-wise for it?
You have to learn where to breathe, like the moments that you can, you're kind of hidden. You fix your shoe and you take a deep breath. And that comes with, the more you do it, the better it feels. And with maturity as well. Yeah. You learn that you don't have to be all the time, like, giving 200%.
Yeah, and is this your second run of doing third? Is it nice to revisit the role? Are there things that kind of this time you want to...
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I always try to change how I do things, interpretation especially. And yeah, I think the more I do, the better it feels.
No, it's great. And it's amazing that, kind of, as we said, you've just changed partners and this is a new relationship. Yeah. It's...
I mean, we literally... We do this a lot, yeah. But today, especially with this, today we had a full call in the studio. Yeah. And they told us that we had to do it together, and we literally had a 10-minute rehearsal after a class to, like, to see what we were doing. And we did it, so...
No, it's great. And we were talking earlier about this Create and Dance programme in schools. Have you got any tips for the children who are getting ready for their performance?
I think they just got to get into the Christmas spirit and listen to the music a lot and try to project the joy of dancing and, do it to the audience.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, I'm going to let you two rest. It's been a long day, but thank you very much to David and Isabella. Thank you. Thank you. Sadly, that's all we've got time for tonight, and we've had some lovely comments coming in. I said the one about Amanda saying this ballet master is amazing. India Stewart says it's 6:35 a.m. in Australia, and there's nothing I would like more than to watch this live. Sophia Plays says, I don't know why, but as soon as the music started, I wanted to dance. So thank you for the gorgeous music, Kate. And we've had viewers watching in the Netherlands, in Israel, Croatia, Norway, and Brazil. So that's been amazing. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Now, don't forget, you can see the Royal Ballet perform the Nutcracker here at the Opera House, but also in cinemas across the world on the 3rd of December. And you can visit the Royal Opera House website for more information. So thank you to everyone who's joined us tonight, and a big thanks to our wonderful audience here and to everyone who's been watching us on YouTube. Good night.